Hello. How are you? Welcome to Beamer's Crafty Corner. I'm Beamer, better known as Els. And today, we're playing the feud. So, score sheet. Check. Cards. Check. Good morning, Miss Marjorie. Hello, Christine. How you feeling, babe? Miss Marjorie, how's your head? Hello, Miss Jen. Hi, Francis. Carla! Hello, baby. Oh, well, see that? Yeah, that always works. Just watch your sugar now, because the steroids can mess with your sugar levels. Hello, Miss Patty Ann. Hello, Marie. I haven't fixed this thing yet. The list. I'll fix it eventually. I'm just lazy. What do you want from me? Oh. I was smart. I got most of my pills on board this morning. The only one I forgot was my allergy pill. I went outside and my face turned into like Niagara Falls. So if I sniffle, I sorry. You're angry, so you must be getting better. Yeah. Anger trumps pain any day of the week. The only thing that trumps that is selfless indignation. Like if you're mad for somebody else, you know what I mean? Good morning, Chris. Good. You fell asleep. Very good. Food poisoning? Oh my God, how'd you get foodborne illness? What did you eat? I'm asking that question because, we're a little old for the who did you eat? You finished? Yay! The animals are everywhere. I feel you. Y'all have met my clingy cat, right? He's in the cataminium right now. He didn't want to come inside. But now that I'm back in the house and the dog came in with me, he's probably sitting in the corner of the cataminium going, hey. Let's take a look. Nope. His friend is visiting. He has a little black and white tuxedo cat that lives like 3 doors down. Comes over all the time. Will sit in front of my house and cry if I don't let Harry out. So I'll put Harry out in the cataminium, and that little tuxedo cat will come and lay right next to him. They're both boys. I don't understand it. Maybe Harry's, choosing an alternative lifestyle. I'm not sure. But all the pups are bugging you. I'm sorry, Francis. Yeah, he does. He has a little friend. It's so funny. And sometimes I'll go out and find his little friend on the roof of my car. And he gets a couple of times. I've had to take their mail, my address 344 mail in my box. And sometimes my mail goes in their box. And so we're constantly taking mail back and forth to each other. And the first time I went over there, I was like, oh, that's where you live. And his mommy was like, yeah, he's a wanderer. I said, no, he doesn't wander, but he comes over to my house and hangs out with my cat in the cataminium. In the cataminium? Well, no, my cat's in the cataminium. He hangs out on the side of the cataminium. And the two of them, like, it's so funny because Harry likes to reach out and grab grass, and we have that grass that grows on shoots. And so he likes to grab it and pull it into the cage and chew on it. And the other cat will actually go and lay in the grass so that it kind of pushes towards Harry. I know they're working together. Hello, Miss Heather. Sorry, it's not on my end. It's on YouTube. I apologize. Yeah, YouTube is having problems. They always do. There's probably a lot of gamers on right now. It's Sunday. They got nothing better to do. Yeah, two cats hanging out doing grass. Exactly. All right, so I'll answer the question. Yes, I have a new faucet in my kitchen. No, I hate it. Am I going to ask hubby to change it? No. It took him 6 hours to do it yesterday. So what was going on was when you would pull up the, I have one of those ones with the thing in the center and the hose that comes out and you can, turn it into a sprayer. And if anybody didn't hear the sound on that looked really bad. I'm sorry. So when you would lift up the handle, water would come out from, the little ball that it sits on, because it's like a ball, and then the handle's up there and you move it around. And water was coming out. So Hubbard decided it was time to change it. Now, if it were me, I would have just changed the gaskets, but he wanted to get a whole new sprayer head. Okay, we've had this one for like 8-9 years. Maybe it's time. Personally, I think the garbage disposal needs to be replaced, but I ain't even bringing that up. That's a whole other story. Hubbard and I met. There was a garbage disposal involved. I'll tell you about it. But I know, right? It's like porn. So yesterday he says, if anybody has to go potty, do it now. Now, mind you, I have 2 grandchildren here. So there's 3 women in the house, 3 females. And he decides, he's going to turn off the water. Okay. I said to him, let me get a couple of gallon jugs of water before you do that. He goes, no, it won't be off that long. It'll be fine. I said, okay. That was at like 2:30 in the afternoon. At 10:30 last night, we were finally able to feed the grandchildren because this was an all-day thing. Apparently, the faucet and the water line are 2 female connections. And so he needed to go get a male, or as he called it, a double dick. Oh. So, okay, we'll get that taken care of. So he finally gets the hoses off. He's got the piece he needs. He starts to put it back, but he can't get if you've ever seen the underside of a sink, the faucet is about, the post is about this big around. And that's because it has all the water lines come into it and the sprayer line. So it has to be, large enough to accommodate those 3 things. Well, when he opens it up, he realizes that it's not just been leaking at the top. It's been leaking down through the bottom. So the bottom of the cabinet is mush because it's pressboard. He's like, I'm going to have to figure that out. I said, no, the only thing you can do is cut a piece of plywood and cover it. You can't rip that out. It's base of the cabinet. You will screw up the structure of the cabinet if you do that. So he could not get, and we have a double sink, so he could not get up in there to get this big loop thing that you have to turn to get off of there. And there's a special tool, and he's got the tool for it. So he put the tool on it, and he kept trying to turn it, and the faucet at the top is going like this. So I have to hold the faucet for him while he's trying to crank this thing. Finally gets it off. It took him like 2 hours just to get the damn thing off. He was exhausted. And then the fun part is like, if you've ever seen Hubbard, you know, he has a shape in the middle. And he tried to put that in a cabinet, which was kind of funny. So he finally got it done. And then he goes, okay, well, let me know if it leaks. I'm going to go turn the water back on. And I was like, okay. So I'm standing there and I'm waiting. Nothing. He calls me from outside and he goes, all right, the water's on, just about halfway. It's okay. Nothing so far. He's like, okay. Wait, nothing. I turn the faucet on. Okay, got the air out of the lines. Still looking, turned it off, making sure we're pressurizing everything. Okay, no leaks. Come in the house. About a half an hour before we finished, because I didn't know how long it was going to take him, I started pouring every bottle of water I had into a pot to make pasta to make the girls dinner last night. Oh my God. But we finally got it done. But whilst he was doing all of this yesterday, I went into the craft room. Now, Shaylee came in. I didn't ask her. She came in and just kind of jumped in and helped me, which is a blessing. But I got most of the craft room reorganized and realized I have like a giant tub, excuse me, of stickers that I meant to do a sticker sale with. Like $1 a pack, get rid of them. I kind of forgot I had them. They were at the bottom. So I got those. We still have big sales to do. The stickers. Christmas in July, which by the way is going to be kind of paper heavy. We have new punches, brand new in the box punches to do. And then I have some more card stuff to do as well. So, you know, I got a lot of that stuff to get rid of. Okay, so the garbage disposal story. When Hubbard and I first met, many years ago, we spent a lot of time kind of phone and online dating. Yes, I met my husband online. And our schedules didn't match up. So he calls me one day at lunch. He's at lunch. I'm at home. And he calls me one day and like he can hear all this banging and clattering going on and he can hear me yelling and hollering. And he's like, what the heck are you doing? And I was like, I'm putting in a garbage disposal. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to put in a new dishwasher. I bought a brand new dishwasher for my house. He's like, well, don't you have a plumber? I was like, what the hell do I need a plumber for? I'm a single mom. I'm going to fix this. He's like, well, why didn't you ask me to do it? I was like, I don't need you to do this. Well, I mean, I could come over and bring the tools. I have all my own tools. Thank you very much. So while we're on the phone, I'm yelling and hollering and screaming and saying bad words. And he's like, what is that I hear? Because he hears this like crink, 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 crink. I said, that's the jack. He said, what the heck are you using a jack for? I said, to hold up the garbage disposal while I bolt it in. I'm not going to lay on my back and hold 20 pounds in the air with one hand while I'm trying to tighten it in the other one. I'm going to put a jack under it, lift it up, put it in place, get it situated, make it nice and snug, and put the lock on it. And he lost it. And then I pulled out the dishwasher. I had to pull the drawers out to run the line over to the sink for the water and the drain and everything. And so I'm doing all of that. And he's talking to me on the phone. And he's like, oh my God. And then he hears it because the new drain line is wider than the old drain line. So I have to open the hole. So then he hears it. Rah! He's like, what the hell is that? I said, that's my Sawzall. He's like, you have a Sawzall? I said, yes. He goes, I love you. So when my husband did finally get to come to my house for the first time, and he spent any reasonable amount of time there, I had bought a swamp cooler. And I said, because, I live in a hot friggin' climate and air conditioning is expensive. So I said, you want to help me put this swamp cooler up? And he's like, yeah. So we had the base and everything already built. My mom and I built that. And I said, I just need some help lifting it. My mom couldn't lift it. So we lifted it up. We put it up there, and he goes inside and he's going to wire it. I don't really know anything about electric. So he's going to wire this in and put it on a switch. And I was like, that's cool. So he was doing all of that, and I was hooking up the water lines and everything. And he needed something. And I said, well, go look in the shed. And he walked into the shed, and there was a freaking workbench with tools. And he just looked at me, and I said, it's probably on the right there in those drawers. And he went, oh, holy crap. Really is. My husband fell in love with my toolbox. So, all right, ladies, there are 13 of us here. We are way past our 10-minute mark. Let's go ahead and get started playing the feud. The rules for the benefit of YouTube. Do I have rules? I do have rules. I know I do. Here they are. Okay, here we go. Ready? This is that Peanuts. Romp, 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 romp. Anyone can play. All answers must be given prior to the stop. Answers after the stop will not be counted. I will give you a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When my finger leaves the screen, that, hey, Brian. Slowly getting better. Very good. Hello, Miss Janice. Yeah, I know, right? It would be great. My husband fell in love with my toolbox. All right, so I am going to go ahead and open this in a regular window so that I'm watching on YouTube just like you are. You may hear me double talk here for a second as I get this all set up. All right, let's see. There we go. Mute that. Go to top chat, live chat. There we are. All right, we are all set up. Answer scored based on ranking. Top answer on the cards, 5 points. Everything else goes downhill after that. When we get to the bottom, it's more than 5 answers. I'm going to give you a point for each one at the bottom. Now, if there are 2 similar answers, like shirt and t-shirt, you'll get whichever one has the higher point, okay? Each player is their own team. No Googling is allowed. Don't Google this and then come back and tell me, well, it says. No, I don't care what it says. It's what the card says. Weekly prizes as well as monthly prizes will be awarded in the event of ties. Ties are resolved by random number draw. Your number is your place on the leaderboard. Numbers will be randomly drawn until a winner is found from the top scores. Not closest without going over. It has to hit it exactly. You must be subscribed to my channel, have no outstanding unpaid orders, and provide me with shipping information. Now, if we have a payment agreement, don't worry about it. But, let's see. Game is open to everyone, but only those in the continental United States are eligible for physical prizes. If you are outside of the continental United States, I will send you a digital. Here we go. We asked 100 married women. Tell me a way that your husband is just like a newborn baby. 100 married women. Tell me a way that your husband is just like a newborn baby. Hi, Miss Janie. All right, we asked 100 married women, tell me a way that your husband is just like a newborn baby. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, Han. All righty, we're going to go ahead and refresh. All right. Number 1 answer. He's helpless when he's ill. Number 2, he cries and screams. Number 3, he farts. Number 4, he's messy. Number 5, he sleeps a lot. He burps. He needs cuddling, and he suckles. Not reading the rest of that answer. All right, I'm going to go up to the top. All right, let's see. Here, first one. I see Chris. And Chris says he cries. It's a 4. Next, I see Janice. And she says that he wants her to feed him. I'm still going with that's a number 1 right there. Okay. Christine. Christine says he can't find shit. We're going to say that's kind of like he's messy. And that's a 2. Carla. He is whiny and he cannot communicate. That is going to be cries and screams because that's how babies communicate. Heather. Heather says that he becomes this giant baby when he's sick. Uh-huh. That's the nickel right there. Miss Mari also gets that nickel for the whiny hubby. Patty Ann. He's helpless. The word helpless is in the number 1 here. So, Miss Francis says he's needy. I'm going to say that's like he's crying and screaming and pouting and being a big baby. Miss Jamie, it says he's whiny when he's sick, and that's a nickel. Marie says he's whiny a lot. He cries a lot. Cries is number 4 there. And let's see. And Hen says he's bald, which is not on here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm giving you the point anyway, Hen, because, you know. All right, now let me count all these and make sure that I got everybody. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think I got everybody. I got Chris, I got Janice, I got Christine, Carla, Heather, Marie, Mari, Patty Ann, Francis, Janie, Marie, and Hen. If you've answered and I haven't gotten your answer, let me know. All right, Marjorie. I'm giving you a point for rescuing the puppy. All right, for you, what's the worst kind of music to make love to? And we're looking for like a style of music here, not a specific song, okay? For you, what's the worst kind of music to make love to? Oh no. Wow. All right. For you, what's the worst kind of music to make love to? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to go ahead and refresh. All righty. For you, what's the worst kind of music to make love to? Number 1, rap or hip hop. Number 2, country and everything within the genre. Number 3, heavy or death metal. Number 4, rock. And number 5, jazz, opera, or Gangnam Style. Damn. All right, so let's go up to the top. Hen, Marjorie, Patty Ann, Christine. Nickel. Janie, 3. All right. Heather and Miss Janice. They both said bluegrass, which I'm going to put in, it's in the country genre, so it's a 4. Francis, heavy metal, 3. Marie and Mari, 3. I am looking. Carlos's rap. I'm going to dock you a point for being a little bit late. Like it, on one screen it says one thing and on the other screen it says the other. Chris, did you not answer this, Chris? Does anybody see Chris's answer? I don't see Chris's answer. Chris, what did you do, girl? You said classical. Okay. It's going to get you one. You're still in the points. Thank you. Next question, we asked 100 men. All right, ladies. Put on your boy pants. We asked 100 men, name the number one place where you think about physical activity and sex. We asked 100 men to name the number one place where they think about sex. Yeah, see, it's not showing up here, so I don't know. In the car while driving. That's a really nice way to say everywhere. It is just a really nice way to say it. Everywhere. 24/7. We asked 100 men to name the number one place where you think about carnal knowledge of your partner or anyone for that matter. Hi, Miss Roseanne. Okay. I know. Giggity-goo. Oh, when the wind blows. Exactly. And I haven't heard Rumpy Pumpy in a long time. We asked 100 men to name the number one place where you think about a carnal exchange with another adult, female or male. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's just refresh here because, wow. Okay. I don't think I've heard that one for a very, very long time. One of these days I'll tell you about my best friend, June. Very, very old friend of mine. I've known her for years. Oh my God. Intimate physical activity. Thank you. Janice said, in the car while driving. Oh, let me give you the answers first. Number 1 answer, home, bed, or shower. Number 2 is work. Number 3 is a bar or nightclub. Number 4 is the beach. And number 5, everywhere. It's there. It actually does say everywhere. Okay. Yeah, in the car while driving. It's everywhere. Miss Janice, that's a point. You get one. In the shower is a nickel for Miss Marjorie. Carla says everywhere. That's a point. Which I think should be the top one, but you know, what the hell do I know? Shower, bathroom, Jamie, hen, nickel. Christine, everywhere. Point. Roseanne and Patty Ann in the bed. Nickel. Chris, all the time. And that's everywhere. You know, I'm giving you the point for that one. Holy crap. Heather, all the time, whenever the wind blows. You betcha, babe. Rose dancing in the bed. Patty Ann said in the bed. Chris says all the time. Heather says all the time. And then Frances says in the bed. I know, at this point, the bed almost seems like boring, doesn't it? But I have to tell you, 68 people who answered this said home, bed, or shower. Marie! You get the nickel. Mari said in bed. Now, here's what we're going to do. Since it says everywhere, all of these ones are going to become 4s. What do you want from me? They're my points. I can give them out when I want to. Yeah, that one's another one. That's another way of saying it, yeah. So I have this friend, June. Her dad is English. Her mother is Japanese. She lives part-time in England. And she called me up one day. She was in the States. And she was here for a friend's wedding. A friend of ours was getting married. And I was supposed to meet her. They were getting married in New Orleans. So I was supposed to meet her in New Orleans where her dad owns a building. So she has an apartment there. And I was supposed to meet her in New Orleans to go to our friend's wedding. And she called me up and my plane was delayed. And I hate flying. I'm a very nervous flyer. I don't like to do it. There's more of a chance somebody's going to get punched in the throat if I'm on a plane. So she's talking to me. And this was just a few years back. She's talking to me and she's telling me about this old guy on the bus. And I was losing it because she was like, he gets on the bus and she gave him her seat because she was being polite because she's younger and he was an old guy. She's like, and then he's playing with me bum. He just keeps touching me bum. And I looked at him and he just smiled and I turned. And then next thing I know, bus hit a little pothole and he's touching me bum. And she's going on and on about how this old man is playing with her ass. And I am just losing it. And people are like, why is she laughing? Oh my God. She just went on and on about how this old guy, she's like, he's got to be 90. He's 90. But he's touching me bum. And I was just losing it. Oh my God. Oh. Anyway, this wasn't that long ago. We were went to New Orleans just before I met Hubbard. I met her in New Orleans and we flew back to London together because I was going to go over and visit. And oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it was a day. Oh man, he was. Oh. Name an activity during which a wife might tell her husband to move to the left. Name an activity during which a wife might tell her husband to move to the left. Can we write what here? We can write anything we want here. Name an activity during which a wife might tell her husband to move to the left. There you go, driving in Ireland. Go to the left, go to the left. You know, Rosa, and that's why tourists get hit in tourists that go anywhere like to the UK are more likely to get hit because growing up in the United States, everybody's taught to look one way and then the other, and then you can cross the street. But that's the opposite there, and nobody thinks about it. And I think that's actually where the saying, you looked left when you should have looked right, came from. Idiots trying to cross the street in the UK and anywhere in Europe, actually. Yep. Yep, it is. It is actually written. There are street signs everywhere, especially in London proper, that say, you're supposed to look in the opposite damn direction. Because people get hit so much. It's ridiculous. They step out in front of drivers. Name an activity during which your wife might tell her husband to move it to the left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, thinning the herd, exactly. I'll be honest, when I go home, it takes me a little bit to remember it. And like I've been known when I go home to go to the wrong side of the car to get in. Because, you get used to one thing and then you go and but I mean, I was taught to drive there. So, I mean, that's the side for me kind of thing, but, yeah, I know when I go home, it's always like, okay, where am I going? I have to consciously think about crossing a street. I have to consciously think about getting in the car. I have to consciously think about which direction and what side of the road am I going to drive on? And I have, and like here, when we make a left, we have to cut across traffic. There, we're just making a left. And the instinct is to go wide and go out, but it's, yeah, it's muscle memory. I have to get it back. I have to it takes me a couple of days to get that to kick in. You have to constantly think about everything. All right, so name an activity during which your wife might tell her husband to move to the left. The number one answer here is sugaring the cookie. Number 2, dancing, specifically the electric slide. I would also add in there the time warp because, it's just jumped. Okay. Driving.
This is just a jump to the left.
Sports. Maybe bowling specifically. I don't know why that's on here. Maybe because that's a husband-wife sports. And the last one on here is hanging a picture, the game of Twister, taking a picture, or mopping or cleaning. All right, so let's take a look. So we're going to go up a little bit here so I can find it. All right, Marjorie says, hanging a picture. Marjorie, it's a point, my love. Every point counts. Washing the dishes? It's a point. It's cleaning. Choop. Doing the time warp. That's dancing. It's 4. 4, Miss Carla. Carla's on a steady 4 pace. Let's see. Hen says rearranging furniture. I'm going to put that with hanging a picture, which still gives you a point. Okay, let's see. Christine says in a massage. Christine, I'm giving you a point for that. Mari says moving furniture. That's a point. These questions are hard this week. Roseanne says driving. Okay. It's 3. Heather says in watching TV. Okay. Move to the left. Oh, like he's in the way. Yeah. Okay, got that. Let me see. Heather, I'm giving you a point because he's in the way. Okay. Francis is hanging the picture. That's a point. Patty Ann says directions during Smexy side time. That is a nickel, Miss Patty Ann. All right, we are looking for Miss Janice. All right. Janice says, I got a 0. Okay. All right. And Miss Janie. I don't see Miss Janie either. Sex. There we go. I see her. That's the big nickel. Miss Marie. Doing the dirty. All right, that's everybody. I had a friend one time who had a truck that had the shift on the column. And like, I can drive a stick. I can drive an automatic transmission. No problem. I've never driven one on the column. On the column, it's almost like a motorcycle. With a motorcycle, when you're changing gears, it's like 1 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, that kind of thing. It's the same thing with the column. You have to go like 1 up, 2 down, and back. 2 up, 1 down, and forward. And I had a friend who had a truck like that, and they had to teach me how to drive it. Luckily, I was actually driving a stick at the time, so the idea of having to do that with the clutch and everything worked for me. But I've never driven anything so bizarre in my life. And I can drive motorcycles, I can drive tractors, I can drive cars, trucks. Um, drive it like you stole it. Get in it. That thing, I couldn't get it to move. It took me like an hour to learn how to do it. Janice gets a 5. What did I miss? She said intercourse? Oh, it wasn't here. I don't see it. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry, Janice. There you go. You got the 5. I fix it. Now, I've also driven a push-button car. Many, 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 many years ago, there was a car that had a push-button transmission. It literally had park, reverse, neutral, drive, all push buttons on the dash, and you would push them. I think it was called a Cornet. Yeah. It was wow. Okay. A wife calls her mom when she's having some marital problems. Who does her husband call? Okay, let's see. Yeah, they were called juke box transmissions. Cadillac made some of the first ones. Yeah, they were, wow. They were, I mean, that had to be the easiest thing, I want you to park the car now. Push park. It's just, yeah, they were called jukebox transmissions. Now, I've never worked on one, but somebody told me they were the easiest transmission ever built. And I've driven, I've worked on like 3 speeds and 4 speeds, even a 5-speed manual transmissions. And they all have their own little nuances, but somebody told me that an old jukebox one was like plug and play. It was so easy to do. Oh no. All right. A wife calls her mom when she's having some marital problems. Who does her husband call? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We are going to refresh. Okay. We're going up here. All right. Number 1 answer, he calls his buddy. Number 2, no one. Number 3, his mom or dad. Number 4, his lover, the lawyer. Or number 5, a prostitute. Okay, let's take a look. Carlos, let's see, Hen's the first one up, and she says, no one. 4, Hen. 4. There you go. Carla says, the buddy. That's a nickel. Can't read my own damn handwriting today. Mari, friend. Janice, friend. Francis, friend. Janie, friend. Okay. Mari, Janice, Francis, and Janie. Marjorie, the mom. Her SOB ratted around to his mom constantly. That sucks. All right, Miss Marjorie, the mom. 3. Rosie, the bartender. Let's see. I'm gonna be honest on this one. I kind of think of bartenders like stylists. You know, like when you go to the barber shop or the beauty salon and you're like, yickety, 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 yickety. And you're not really talking to anyone, but you're talking to somebody, but that person's never going to see you again normally. So you just like tell them every freaking thing. So they're like nobody to you. So a bartender, I'm going to say, is a nobody. So I'm going to give you 4 on that one. Friend, best bro, drinking buddy, and friend. So that is going to be Patty Ann, Heather, Chris, and Christine. All right, let's see. Marie, the bro. That's everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh, honey, they've gotten even worse, Marjorie. The newer cars, they now have proprietary tools, so you cannot work on your car at all. Like just trying to do an oil change, you have to take it to the dealer because they now have a proprietary tool to open or to remove your oil filter or to open your oil tank or, you know, your reservoir. They now have proprietary tools for all of that stuff. So if you are a Chevy certified Chevy mechanic, you can only work on Chevys, and you probably have to work in a dealership because otherwise you can't work on a Chevy car made after 2022. I think they started doing it because you won't have the tools because you cannot buy them. They're only allowed to be used at Chevy dealerships. Um, so I personally, I think this is aimed at putting companies like Midas, the big repair shops that are national out of business. My daughter has uh, a Plymouth Voyager van, and she loves it, but she thinks that it's low on transmission fluid. And she cannot add transmission fluid to it. She must take it in and schedule an appointment to take it to the dealership because there's a special tool that you need to open up the sealed transmission to add transmission fluid to her car. Oh yeah, I had a Toyota van, a 1984 Toyota van. There was a pain in the ass. I needed to get the fuel filter, the one in the inline, had to be changed. And the engine for that was in the doghouse. It took the mechanic like 6 hours. He kept having to put the car up on the jack and down and up and down and up and down because there was a very limited amount of torquing area where he could turn it. So he'd like turn, put it up, turn, put it down, turn, put it up, turn, put it down. 6 hours of doing that to get that damn inline out of there. Yeah, they know it's BS, but they don't care. They don't care. It's proprietary bullcrap. And they're doing it on a lot of cars. All right. We asked 100 single women. Name something you'd hate to see when your date takes his shirt off. Name something that you would hate to see when your date takes his shirt off. See, if you grow up back there, you learn tricks like that, Marjorie. You learn to get your ass out the way. You don't want to testify, you don't see nothing. Oh. See nothing, I know nothing. And you especially see and know nothing with familia. Okay. Wow. We asked 100 single women to name something you'd hate to see when your date takes his shirt off. We asked 100 single women to name something that you'd hate to see when your date takes his shirt off. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, that would be my first thought too, Betty Ann. I just, no. I don't want to see Rhonda on your chest. I'm good with it, though. You know, I know people have a history. All right, I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Here we go. Number 1 answer here. We asked 100 single women to name something you'd hate to see on your date when he takes his shirt off. Number 1 is hair or man sweater. Number 2, pierced nips. Number 3, a beer belly, which you should be able to see before the shirt comes off. I'm just saying. Number 4, tattoo of grandma or mom. And number 5, man boobs, zits, or back knee. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to the top. What do we got? Here we go. Janie says, the man boobs. And that's a point for you, my dear. Moobs. Point. Patty Ann. Christine. A bullet hole or scar. I'm going to give you a point for that one. I would like some explanation for that one. Hen, the third nipple. I'm going to call that man boobs. It's a nipple, but, you know, we're going to give you a point for it, Hen. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of a boob thing. Francis. Nickel. Carla, more than 2 nipples. It's a boob thing. You get a point. It's a moob. Heather, the gorilla sweater. Nickel. Marjorie, Roseanne, you both said the moobs. All right, a mom tattoo. Chris. 2. Marie says the hairy chest. 5. And looking for Miss Mari. I'm going to refresh again because I don't see her. All right, does anybody see Miss Mari? I don't see her either. Mike had one of those. It's got a name. It was right at the base of his spine. It was a cyst, but it was like a teardrop. So he had like a little tail, and they had to take it out. He's got this like little question mark shaped scar on his butt. Name a place that you'd be surprised to see an old couple making out. Name a place that you would be surprised to see an old couple making out. I'm just saying, old folks need love too. McDonald's. Name a place you'd be surprised to see an old couple making out. What gets me about that thing is now, seriously, the scar is like a question mark. I question it. Name a place that you would be surprised to see an old couple making out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we lost Mari. There she is. Okay. All right, ladies. Number 1 answer, church. Number 2, the movies. Number 3 is a park, water park, car, or back seat. Number 4 is the beach, which I think is a water park. I think of as water park. So it's going to be number 1 answer is church. Number 2 is movies. Number 3 is park, water park, car, back seat, or beach. And number 4 is going to be mall, restaurant, Forever 21, a bar, or a club. Hi, Zola. How are you, my friend? Hi, honey. Okay, I got Christine, Marjorie, and Carla, all for the nickel. Janice is in the car. 4. Francis said car. That'll get her 4. Janice said in Vordenis. It's very specific. It's 2. Very specific. McDonald's. Again, very specific. Patty Ann in the church. Hen says at the beach. Heather, Marie, and Mari All in the church. And I'm looking for Roseanne. The reason that Denny's has that cheap menu is because anybody with a taste bud would eat there. All right, does anybody see Roseanne's answer? I do not. They do have a seniors menu that's kind of inexpensive. But it has no flavor, so. Yeah. You said the restaurant. Thank you. Okay. Now, I need you guys to put your boy pants back on here real quick. Matter of fact, put on your whiny bitch baby pants. Okay? We asked 100 men, you want a vasectomy? What's the first question you ask your doctor? Asking 100 men, you want a vasectomy? What is the first question you ask your doctor? Oh, Roseanne, YouTube is not anybody's friend right now. We asked 100 men, you want a vasectomy? What's the first question you ask your doctor? All right. We asked 100 men, you want a vasectomy? What's the first question you ask the doctor? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We all know the first question. Is it going to hurt? Am I getting anesthesia? Number 2, is this reversible? Actually, it is, up to a certain point. 3, will my unit still work? No, Dodo. You cut the hydraulic jacks on it, it doesn't work anymore. Just so you know. 2, how long is the recovery time and when can I procreate? Practice again. And number 5, what is the doctor's success rate? I'm sorry, but I think that should be at the top. Like, how many of these have you done and how many times have you accidentally slipped? That would be my first question. Like, seriously. I will give you this one. I tell, like, my daughters, I tell them, listen, if you're in a normal heterosexual relationship and you are in a committed relationship and you get to that point where you don't want to have any more kids and you're still on birth control in your 30s, now it's time for him to step up. Because if you get a hysterectomy or you get your tubes tied, the hysterectomy, not so bad. But if you get your tubes tied, it can actually lead to severe medical issues. Whereas for them, it doesn't. It's a snip, snip, clip, clip, burn, burn, done. 2 1 centimeter slices in their area, ice packs, 1 day off work, back to work, no heavy lifting for a week. That's it. Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's go see who got what. Janice says, how long? That's 2. Marjorie, will it still work? Yes. That's a 3. It works. It just doesn't work. Will it hurt? Wow. Yeah. 5 points for you, Miss Patty Ann. Carla, 5 points. Princess, when can I do it again? It's 2 points. Okay. Janie, Mari, Chris, Christine. All right, let's see. Janie, Mari, Chris, and Christine. Heather, will it hurt? Whiny butts. How long can you have? How long will it take you to deliver one, baby? Well, you could do that like within days if you want to. All right, let's see. Miss Marie. Hey, I just got the spinny thing on mine. Miss Marie. And Miss Roseanne. Will it break? Oh, that's funny. Will it break? Where are we going to put that? Hurt? No. Reversible? No. Will the unit still work? Yeah, it's a 3. All right. So we are looking for, this is driving me nuts. I'm still looking for Marie. I know. Nope, I got Roseanne there. I'm going to go ahead and refresh one more time. There it is. When can I do it? 2 points. All right, ladies, we're down to the last 2 questions here. Name a reason a woman might choose to be with a chubby man. Name a reason that a woman might choose to be with a chubby man. Because he cooks, damn it. Name a reason that a woman might choose to be with a chubby man. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and refreshing. All right. Name the reason that a woman might choose to be with a chubby man. Number 1, Fuddy got money. Number 2, she's fat or digs food. 3, because it'll make her look better. 2, she's actually in love with the guy. And the number 5 answer here is he's warm and cuddly and he won't cheat on you. If you're smoking hot and he's chubby, he ain't cheating. Unless he gets a head full of himself, you know? All right. Christine, Hen, Janie. Nickel. Janice said he's fun. And she's going to get your point. Because he's fun. He's cuddly. He's cute. Francis, Maury, Patty Ann. All for the money, honey. Chris, he cooks. It's going to be she digs food. It's 4. Heather, Marjorie, Roseanne, and Marie. Heather, Roseanne, Marjorie, Marie, and Miss Carla said, more cushion for the pushing. It's a point. He's soft, cuddly, cute. Okay. Yeah, they will still cheat. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when they're with, when a not so attractive person is with somebody that a lot of other people find attractive, they sometimes get a big head like, well, if I can get that, I can get better. This is the downfall. Yeah, well, she meant ask. Yes, age, sex, location. There's another one now they put on there. They want to know if you're shaved. Like, what the hell does that matter? Are you on here trolling for people that look like preteens? Go away. All right. Last question. We asked 100 women to name the worst thing you can do on a date. We asked 100 women, name the worst thing you can do on a date. I'm going to go get some soda. I'll be right back. Oh, get my old fat butt out of the chair. Haul across the room. Come on, Wow. Y'all are kind of fixated on butts, aren't you? All righty. Name a reason. Oh, we asked 100 women. Name the worst thing you could do on a date. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the worst thing that you could do on a date? I can think of a few things. Not all nice. All righty. Sorry, I had to go put the soda away. All right, number one answer. The worst things you could do on a date. Number one answer is sneak away. Number 2, puke or get sick. Number 3, lie. Number 4, fart. 5, burp, give up the cookie, or hit on someone else. Marjorie says fart. So does Carla. So does Jamie. And Francis. 2. So, 2 for Marjorie, Carla, Janie, and Christine. Hen says poop on yourself. We're putting that in with their fart. You know, those booty functions. Okay? Janice and Christine both say to vomit. That's 4. Did I put this in the wrong place? I did. It should have been a 4. Carla, Marjorie, Janie, Francis. Okay. Let's see what's next. Janice and Christine both said throw up. Got that. Okay. Mari says fart. Mari. And that is 2. Heather says throw up. Chris is a fart. Heather is a throw up. 4. Patty Ann says leave without telling them. And that is the nickel. Miss Francis says fart. Marie says fart. And Miss Roseanne says barf. All right. Let's play a round of urban myth. Oh, crap. I got double cards. All right. I'm going to put in a line of garbly goo. Oh. I'd have punched him in the mouth and then left. Just saying. All right, so I'm going to give you a line of garbly goop, and when I do that line of garbly goop, after that, I am going to read a statement to you. You are going to tell me whether or not that statement is true or an urban myth. On the back of all the cards, there's a letter that corresponds to the word urban myth. If you fill in the entire line urban myth, then you get a special prize. Okay? So, here comes your line of garbly goop. No more chatting. Identical twins have identical fingerprints. Is that true, or is it an urban myth? Identical twins have identical fingerprints. Now remember, this is 5 points or nothing. So if you don't know, guess. What the hell, right? Y'all are just very opinionated here. All right. Identical twins have identical fingerprints. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Here comes your garbly goo. Okay. That is a myth. Fingerprints are believed to be influenced by environmental factors during the first trimester of pregnancy. Twins will have similar prints, but not identical. So they are kind of hard to tell apart, but they're not exactly the same. So if you said that this was an urban myth or that it was false, you get the 5 points. And that appears to be everyone except for Hen. Alrighty. All right, so let's do this one first. All right, here we go. This is a wild card, which means you can choose any letter that you want. So we're going to start at the top. Jassie's not here. Heather, please give me a letter. You need everything except for the Y. Jamie, you need an R, an A, an N, or an H. Mari, U R A H. Christine, N M. Francis, R N. Marie, U R B N. Patty Ann, R B N. Carla, you need an N. I'm assuming that's going to be your letter. Chris, you need an R, a B, an A, a Y, and a T. Miss Roseanne, you need everything. Marjorie, you need a U, an R, a B, an N, a T, and an H. And Hen, you need everything but a Y. So let me go up here. Heather says H. Christine says M. Francis says R. Carla says N. I knew she would. Mari says U. B for Marie. Patty Ann says N. Roseanne says U. Marjorie says B. Chris says B. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Chris B. Miss Janie says A. Janice says U. Janie, Mari, Tammy, Christine, Francis, Mari, Penny, and Chris, Stephanie, Gypsy. Janice, is this the first time you played Urban Legend? Urban Myth? Okay. You starting out right at the beginning. Okay. I know you've been sitting on that one for a while. Okay, so who else is coming up on it? Francis needs an N to finish. Christine needs an N to finish. So we got 2 more coming up on it. Okay. We're going to get to that in a second. Now, all that happens is she just starts over. Okay? So you can win this as many times as you want. Every time you spell out Urban Myth, I give you a prize. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to get my little calculator down, and then we're going to do some prizes. All righty, let's go ahead and add up Chris's score. We are looking at 5, 10. I got 4, 8, 12. 3, 2, 4, and 6. And 1, 2. 33. Miss Janice. 5, 10, 15. 4, 8, 12. 2 and 4. And then 1, 2, 3. 34. Miss Christine, here we go. Ready? I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 4 and 8. 1, 3. 2, And then 1, 2, 40. Miss Carla, 5, 10, 15, 20. 4, 8, 12, 16. 2, 2, 40. Miss Heather, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 4, 8, 12. 1, 48. Miss Mari, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 3, 6. 2, 1, 39. Miss Patty Ann, holy crap, you missed a perfect game by 1 point. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 1. Keep them. All right, Miss Francis. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 4, 8, 3, 2, 4. And 1. Okay, well, I screwed that up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 4 and 8. 3, 4, and 1. 42. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 4, 3, 6. 2, 1. 43. Miss Murray, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 4, 3, and 4. 46. Miss Hen, you have 5, 10, 15, 4, 4, and 3. 26. Miss Marjorie, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 3, 6. 2, 1, 2, 3. 36. And Miss Roseanne, 5, 10, 15. 4 and 8. 3 and 6. 2 and 1. 32. Well, I guess that means we all know who the winner is. It's Miss Patty Ann. All righty. Hello, Miss Aurora. All right, let me go get some prizes. Oh, fat old baby standing up, walking across the room. Painful, painful, I tell you, painful. Okay. Miss Patty Ann, I'm going to send you the set of stickers from Stickos. So this is Dancing Cha-Cha, Charleston, Dance Like a Star, Tango, the Waltz, the Jitterbug, Disco. You get it. It's dancing. All right, let me go ahead and put this in here. And now for being the first person to win our urban myth, I had to come up with something a little bit different and a little bit over the top. This is the very last one of these I have, and I have not seen these since. They've been around for a while, but it's the very last one I have, and I've been kind of saving it. These are a set of Peanuts cards. It's the last complete set I have. I'm even sending you to Charlie Brown. But it's got everybody in it. Hey, buddy foo-foo. They're really cute. I think they're teacher cards because they have like, you know, social studies and stuff written on the back of them. So I'm going to remake the list because Carla has completed. She's our first winner. And so I'll be remaking that today. We're going to get that in the book. These are going to go in the bin. Let's do all the things. Let's get this put away. All right. So next week is the last week of the month. So that means it's going to be, you know, we'll have double prizes. We'll have the monthly winner plus, you know, the weekly. We got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. One, we have the quarterly tag swap. The swap deadline is next Saturday. Okay. So you have 6 days to sign up for that. You need to go to the Facebook group. If you cannot get onto the Facebook group, that's okay. I did think about putting it on the Facebook and on the YouTube, but the problem with that is then I have to bring it all together. And if I forget, then I feel like crap. So we're just going to keep it on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, just tell somebody else in the group that you want to participate, and they can go in there and put you in, and then I will double check with you. Okay. Bye, Miss Francis. Our current challenge is a paper bag. That's your base. And then die cut or punch. I don't care what the paper bag is. Make a paper bag if you don't have a paper bag, guys. Make it look like a paper bag. I don't know. Maybe you have a die cut that is a paper bag. Use that. That was the lily. Snoopy is good for little kids, and there's lessons in there, you know, just very thinly veiled, but there's lessons in there. So that is the 8th challenge of our Projects 26 challenge. We pull a new challenge on the 1st and the 15th of every month. Also, if you are still, you know, behind, you can do the 7th one. These are listed in the Facebook group. They get listed in there following the pull. So this one was pulled on the 15th, so it'll go in today because that's when I update everything is on Sundays. So that one was a playing card with using like parchment or vellum or tracing paper or onion skin or, you know, any of those like light transparent papers that you have. I am sending out quarterly projects and happy mails to my Patreons this month, so expect to see those. Also, we have our quarterly swap. That is tags. It is a tag swap. Anybody can participate in this, guys. I don't care if they're store-bought tags. I don't care if they are handmade tags, if they're die-cut tags. If it's a tag, it counts. It can be from freaking packaging. Just try to keep it as base as possible because you're sending them a tag base, something for them to build on, okay? That deadline is next Saturday, and we're going to be announcing next Sunday the swap partners, and then you have until the end of the month to send it out. So if you start working on it now and you get them all together, you can do it. 10 to 15 tags in like a legal size, like a business size envelope, or, you know, like a greeting card envelope. We don't want this to be huge. We want it to cost you less than a couple of bucks to ship. All right. Tomorrow, the video is for a tabbed tuck, kind of like this one. You guys are probably going to like this too. Also, we did the pick a journal. We picked that and we announced the winner, and it is it was, the price is right. And so we talked about it with our pick a journal winner, who is Chris, and she was like, you know, like vintage groceries and shopping and things like that. So we're going to kind of do that whole thing. Don't you be decorating those tags now. Those are for somebody else to decorate. Let's see. Anything else going on? I think that's it. If you haven't seen her, last Friday was Miss Arlene's birthday, and Miss Marjorie's birthday was last Monday. So we had 2 birthdays this week. 3 actually, because it was also Estefania's birthday. I am going to be posting into September. I have them. They're ready to go. They're all done editing. I just need to upload them and do the YouTube editing for them, which is, you know, putting in like the closed captioning and the chapters and all that stuff. Okay. So I'm going to get all of that done, hopefully today and tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go. I only have 1 package left that needs to get shipped. So one of you lovely ladies needs to do that. And, that's it. We're golden, guys. Now, remember, for the next 2 days, I will be dark because I have, you know, videos to edit and upload and things to film even. I got some of those things to do too. I've got to film a video for the last quarterly project for anybody that got it but didn't make it to the group. I got to get that filmed. So, I got to get that posted. So if you bought this project, the Pokey Tool project, and you're like, how the hell does all this go together? There will be a video on this, and it's going to be posted for, you know, sometime next week, probably Wednesday, the 29th. Okay. Or maybe the 22nd. Yeah, probably the 22nd. That's it. That's all I got. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe, right? Come back, hang out with us. We're lunatics and you're going to like us. No, I have a fantastic, very close-knit community here. I am very blessed to be a part of. This is your community. It's not mine. I shouldn't say that. We have a fantastic group of ladies, very supportive. Everybody here has contact with at least 1 or 2 other people outside of the group. It is a great, great community. We know what's going on in your world because somebody knows, you know. Remember, send all kinds of healing energy to Tammy. She's feeling a little bit better, but she has had major surgery. Let's hope that she continues to get better. Also, if you would like to cyber stalk me, I have 100% free a cyber stalking starter kit. You just have to go down to the description below, click on the more, and it's going to give you everything that you want. My email address, my socials, like my Facebook, all of it's down there. Just go down there, cyber stalk your little heart out, okay? What else? 3 things I need you to do. If you see Mother Nature, let's remember, we're pretty sure she's menopausal. Just give her a look of sympathy and turn away. It's the safest option. Also, stay hydrated and stay well. I love you guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye, guys. Bye, friend. I send you kisses.